Okay, so this is still section 1.3, and in the notes we just did problem 30 there, so we're on 31. If a non-leap year has 2 consecutive months with Friday the 13th, what months must they be? Okay, well the answer is going to be February and March, since February has 28 days and there's 7 days in a week. And 7 goes into 28 evenly. 7 does not go into 30 or 31 evenly. And all the other months have 30 or 31 days. Okay, now I sometimes hear a student might say, like they see the connection that it's going to be February, and so they might say January to February. Well, it's not going to be January to February because January is including 31 days in it. Okay, so you have to go 7 days, 7 days, 7 days, and then 7 days gives you 28 days total, which is how many days February has. So it's going to be February 13th and then March 13th. Problem 32, if a digital clock is the only light in an otherwise totally dark room, when will the room be the darkest and when will it be the brightest? Okay, well, by the way, assume that the clock has a standard lighting button, so it's something like this. So when is it going to be the darkest? Well, if you're using the digits 0 through 9, a 1 is going to be when it's going to be the darkest, right? Because a 1 is only when there's going to be 2 tick marks lit. And so it's going to be the darkest at 1:11. Okay, if you have 1s across the board there. Now, not 11:11, right? Because you want the least amount of light. Okay. When is it going to be the brightest? Well, we're going to want the extra 1 there. So it's going to be a 10 o'clock time, an 11 o'clock time, or a 12 o'clock time. Well, it's not going to be an 11 o'clock time, right? Because we already said that a 1 is going to produce the least amount of light. Now, if you were to compare a 0 to a 2, a 0 is going to have 1 extra tick mark. Okay, just get rid of the 1 that's in the middle there. So a 0 is going to produce a little bit more light than a 2 would be. Okay, a 0 is actually going to be the next most lit number, except for an 8. Okay, so you're going to want a 0 next and then 8 at the end. Okay, so 10:08 would be when the room is the brightest. Problem 33, Jen and Maria baked cookies together for the school bake sale. They placed all of the cookies in a large pile to cool during the night so that they could package them in the morning. During the night, Jen woke up hungry and she went to the kitchen and ate 2 of the cookies they had made. She divided the rest of the cookies into 2 even piles. Jen took 1 pile and placed these cookies in a cookie tin which she had hid in a cabinet before going back to bed. A short time later, Maria woke up and went down to the kitchen. She ate 2 cookies because she was hungry and then split the remaining cookies into 2 equal piles. She put 1 pile in a plastic bag to take home for her family and then hid in her backpack before she went to bed. In the morning, the girls were surprised to find only 10 cookies left in the pile for the bake sale. How many cookies did the girls bake originally for the bake sale? Okay, so for this one, you want to work backwards to get the answer. So there's, assume that there's 10 cookies left, which is how many that the girls saw in the morning. Okay, and this sentence here, she ate 2 cookies because she was hungry and then split the remaining cookies into 2 equal piles. She put 1 pile in a plastic bag to take home for her family and then hid it in her backpack before going to bed. So that means that half of 10 or half of 20 is 10. So there was 20 cookies, but then she ate 2 cookies because she was hungry. So there's 22 cookies. Okay, and that's when Maria went down the kitchen. Okay, so when Jen So we're at 22. Let's see. She went to the kitchen and ate 2 of the cookies that they had made, and then she divided the rest of the cookies into 2 even piles. Okay, so you got 22 in one pile and 22 in another pile. Okay, so that's going to mean that you have 44 cookies. Now she ate 2 cookies before she divided them. Okay, so it's 46 cookies total. Okay, so the girls baked 46 cookies before only having 10 remain in the next morning there. Problem 34, super yeast causes bread to double in volume each minute. If it takes 1 loaf of bread made with super yeast 30 minutes to fill the oven, how long does it take 2 loaves of bread made with super yeast to fill the oven? Okay, the answer is 29 minutes. Since it's doubling in size each minute. Now, I sometimes hear 15 minutes. Okay, the time is not doubling. Okay, it's the size of the bread that's doubling. Okay, the time is not doubling. So at 29 minutes, the oven is half full. Well, in the other half, you got the other loaf. Okay, so 2 loaves of bread are made with super yeast to fill the oven at 29 minutes. Problem 35, place one of the arithmetic operations, add, subtract, multiply, or divide between each pair of successive numbers on the left side of this equation to make it true. Any operation may be used more than once or not even at all. Okay, so the thing to do here, and here's one solution, by the way, there are more, but one solution, this is the answer that I always see. The way to do this problem is to first, out of the 4 operations, add, subtract, multiply, and divide, think of the operation that is going to get you as close to 100 as possible. Well, multiply is going to produce the biggest result. Okay, and if we take the biggest 2 numbers there on the left, 8 times 9 gets us 72. If we conveniently put plus signs everywhere else, 72 plus 1 is 73, plus 2 is 75, plus 3 is 78, plus 4 is 82, plus 5 is 87, plus 6 is 93, plus 7 is 100. Okay, so that would be one answer that you could give. Problem 36. There are 12 animals used in the Chinese zodiac calendar. In order, they are monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, chicken, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, and ram. If the year 2000 was the year of the dragon, what would be the year 2100? Okay, so for this one, you want to use inductive reasoning. Now, there should be 12 animals listed. Okay, so every 12 animals are going to repeat. So 2000 is the year of the dragon, 2012 is the year of the dragon, 2024 would be the year of the dragon, 2036 would be the year of the dragon. Okay, every 12. And if I continue that, I go up to 2096, which would be the year of the dragon. Okay, and then 2097 would be the year of the snake, 2098 would be the year of the horse, 2099 would be the year of the ram, and 2100 would be the year of the monkey then. Okay, so monkey would be the answer there. Problem 37, a frog is at the bottom of a 20-foot well. Each day it crawls up 4 feet, but each night it slips back 3 feet. After how many days will the frog reach the top of the well? Okay, so basically each day and night it's climbing up 1 foot. Okay, now an answer I hear all the time is, well, it's got to take 20 days then, right? Because the well is 20 feet deep. No, it's not. Okay, so the frog is crawling up 4 feet during the day, but it slips back 3 feet at night. So each day and the night, it's going to climb up 1 foot. Okay, so on day 1 and the night, it'll climb up 1 foot. On day 2 and the night, it'll climb up 2 feet. On day 3 and the night, it'll climb up 3 feet, etc. On day 16 and the night, you'd be at 16 feet, so you're going to basically use an increment of 1 there. Now on day 17 is climbing up 4 feet. 16 plus 4 gives me 20, and the well is 20 feet. So on day 17, the frog would be out of the well. Okay? 17 days would be the answer there. Problem 38 says that there are 4 people in a room, and each person shakes hands exactly once with everyone else. How many handshakes take place? Okay, the thing to do here is to draw a picture. We got 4 people, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each person is going to shake hands once with everyone else. Okay, so person 1 is going to shake hands with person 2, person 3, and person 4. There's 3 handshakes. Person 2 is going to shake hands with person 1, which we've already counted, person 3, and person 4. Okay, so there's 5 handshakes. Person 3 is going to shake hands with person 1, person 2, which you've already counted, 1 and 2, shaking hands with person 3, and person 4. Okay, so there's going to be 6 handshakes. Person 4 is going to shake hands with person 1, person 2, and person 3, which we've already counted those. Okay, so there's going to be 6 handshakes total. The thing to do here, I'd recommend is drawing a picture. Okay, a picture could be helpful, in some situations to get the answer. Problem 39, a number in an unshaded square is obtained by adding numbers connected with it from the row above. The 11 is one such number. What is the value of x? Okay, so if you take 5 plus 6, you get 11. What is the value of x? Well, if I take 6 plus x, I get that. If I take x plus 7, I get that, x plus 7. And now I'm just going to be adding, so 11 plus x plus 6 would get me this number. X plus 6 plus, x plus 7 would give me this number. And that's what I've got. And then if I add these 2 numbers, I get 60. Okay, and that's what I've got written there. So the equation that we're going to want, 11 plus x plus 6 is this number, plus x plus 7 plus x plus 6 is this number. If I add those 2 numbers together, I get 60. What is the value of x? Well, I didn't need parentheses here since I'm not distributing anything, although it doesn't hurt to have them. X plus x is 3x. 11 plus 6 is 17. Plus 7 is 24. Plus 6 is 30. So I got 3x plus 30 equals 60. Okay, if I subtract 30 from both sides, 3x would be equal to 30 divided by 3 on both sides, so x would be 10. Okay, this would be the recommended way to solve this equation, because I have no idea what x is. But another way is to just, guess and check, which isn't a recommended way since, 10, I suppose you could guess and check that number, but like setting up an equation and solving for x would be the recommended way. Okay. Let's try problem 40. A number is formed by 5 successive digits, not necessarily in regular order, so that the number formed by the first 2 multiplied by the central digit will produce the number expressed by the last 2. For example, if it were 12,896, then 12 times 8 gives me 96. This number is not going to work, though, because 1, 2, 6, 8, and 9 are not successive numbers. So successive means that they all need to be right next to each other. Find a number that will work. Okay, well, it's common to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are successive numbers. And, okay, if we start with 12,000, so 12 times 3 gives me 36. That's not going to work. 12 times 4 gives me 48. That's not going to work. So I need to use the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all 5 of these. 12 times 5 gives me 60. That's not going to work. I don't have a 6 and I don't have a 0. Okay, so try 13. 13 times 2 gives me 26. That's not going to work since I've already used a 2 and a 6 is not available. 13 times 4 gives me 52. Okay, so yeah, that's the number that we're going to want there. 13,452 is the 5-digit number there. Okay, and we'll stop right there.